Good day, sir. I am Daisy Risi Ratonel, the reporter for the last topic for pre-final, and our topic is all about how these 6 leadership styles affect performance. So first, let me define what is leadership styles. The leadership of a company can greatly impact on a range of aspects within the business. Poor leadership will see poor performance and potentially even a hit to profits. So ngadi is ki-emphasize niya kung uno ka-importante na isa ka leader ang paggamit sa iya leadership styles in order to achieve goals or high performance to achieve also a high profits. It's often said that people leave managers, not companies, which would suggest it's clear that leadership and management styles can have a significant impact on the culture and the performance of a company. So nga di is, ang mga employees ko no, or in an organization, they tend to leave the company not because of the company itself, but because of the manager. Maybe because of their poor performance or they don't have this capacity to handle their subordinates. So that's why it is important that the leaders and managers knows what styles they can have to use in managing or in influencing their subordinates for the performance of the company. It can be difficult to understand the different styles of leadership and when to use them. But the better a leader knows which styles they can and should use, the more effective their team will be. So yes, it is not easy to handle, or it's not easy to use every styles of leadership. But if ikaw sa imo kaugalingon, if you know what leadership styles and fits sa imo kaugalingon, then you know how to effectively manage, you know how to effectively conquer every challenge na ma-face ng imo company or sa imo subordinates. So here's 6 leadership styles and how they affect performance. First, let me introduce the first leadership styles. First is the coercive. Most of the time, a coercive leadership style is not the best approach. A coercive leader demands authority and complicity. They have a strong drive to succeed but are often negative, critical, and rarely give out praise. Good leaders shouldn't exert their authority over others, namely because people don't appreciate being ordered what to do. These leadership styles greatly affects the team's morale and can make it difficult for employees to be honest and transparent for fear of being humiliated or demeaned. So sa coercive leadership styles nga di is ka-emphasize niya na yun na leader is dili siya hilig mamati sa iya subordinates, may own decision na i-take, ug also ang iya subordinates is ma-intimidate tungod sa iya, tapos nga di is lugson kibali niya ang iya mga subordinates na himuon kuno niya gusto dapat within this day ma-meet na nila ang deadline, and also bilang nga di is it can greatly affect the team's morale because ini na leader is sa sobrang niya ka-intimidating to the point na every time na mamali ang iya subordinates is iya siya pakasipgan, ang subordinates is mahadlok sab siya na maging honest or mag-voice out ng iya opinion because of fear of being humiliated. So ini na leadership style is dili siya best approach, pero here, while it's clear that this style of leadership is predominantly negative, in certain emergent situations where quick decisions and actions need to be made, it can be helpful. So, ang coercive leadership styles in quick decision making or quick actions is pwede siya mahimo labi na in times na ang yung company is in the yung era na bitaw ng mabankrupt. So, ang coercive leadership is the best approach na gamiton.
Good day, sir. I am Clifford G. Darwin, and this is my report for the topic of the title of how this 6 leadership style affect performance. My topic is all about peace seater. Ang peace seater leadership is isa siya ka estilo ng kibali pamumuno kung hain ng isa ka leader is nagtakda bitaw ng mga high quality, mga high standard bitaw ng mga trabaho og pag-aasahan sa ng mga membro o mga iya bitaw trabahante na makasunod sa madali na pagpadada ng trabaho. Karaniwan sa minikibaligi dampanan sab ng mga peace seater leader ang ilang mga tungkulin sa pamaagi sa pagpakita ng ilang kagalingon as halimbawa ba or model. Tas sila sa panagsa nagtakda ng mga ambisyosong layunin bitaw sa og trabaho ng madali na kibali nagpangarap ito ng maghatag ng mataas na resulta sa gamay na panahon.
Good day, sir. I am Jamaica G. Cabaltera, and this is a part of my report focusing on the concept of a visionary leader. So, visionary leaders lead with their confidence, enthusiasm, and good communication skills to create, communicate, and work toward a vision. Ang isa ko ka visionary leaders is iya pagsalig sa iya kagalingon. When we say iya pagsalig sa iya kagalingon, so confidence siya makigistorya, makighalubilo, makig-socialize because aside siya nakaya niya. Ang isa ko ka visionary leaders is iya enthusiasm. When we say enthusiasm, interesado siya, gina-enjoy niya iya trabaho. O syempre, ang isa sa visionary leaders is bagtik makigistorya, bagtik makipag-communicate sa iya team para masabtan sab kung uni gusto niya, uni gusto ng iya team para sab inisa kaugmaon ng tanan, kaugmaon ng ila organization or ng ila company. Example lang isa ka visionary leaders. Ang hipi sa police is gusto niya na malezen ang crime sa barangay Bungtod sa unong kabuuan. So, gaytoon siya ng program na Ligtas Barangay ang tawag. Nagbutang siya ng mga CCTV, nag-organize siya ng night patrol, og ginahikayat niya ang mga pulis ug ang mga tanod na magtinabangay. Tungod sa iya vision na gusto niya mababaan ang krimen. Yabuhat gid niya minbaba ang krimen sugod sa unong kabuuan na pagkuan niya ito na program. And visionary leaders are also empathetic and empowering, giving those in their team the confidence to take calculated risks and work towards a shared goal. This help employees see how they fit into the team and what their contribution mean in the bigger picture. Ang pasabot ng ini is, ang isa kuno ka visionary leaders is makasabot siya sa feeling ng iban, iya gina-validate ang feelings ng iya team o ginahatagan niya ng confidence na kaya ng iya team ang tanan. iya sa tagpa-feel na importante sila ug yay ila papel para sa tagumpay ng ila organization. Example nan ini is yay bago na idea isa ka miyembro sa pulis. Iya galaong sa iya hipi na visionary leader. Ang iya hipi sab dili niya balibadan dayon kundi iya tryan kung effective ba ang bag-o na idea ug okay ba ang result. Sa hawd sa nan ini mapakita niya na may iya suporta ug willing siya mamati ug modawat ng bag-o na idea. Kay makita sa nan iya miyembro na dako ba ila role or may ambag bagay sila sa grupo towards sa gusto nila na ma-okay ang kaugmaon ng tanan, ma-okay ang kaugmaon ng ila organization. Next is workplace abuse. Workplace abuse refers to any harmful behavior in a professional setting, such as bullying, mistreatment, discrimination, or misuse of authority. So, ang pasabot ng workplace abuse is ang pag-abuso nimo sa isa ka tao, like pag-bully, pag-mistreatment, discrimination, or paggamit nimo ng power sa kay supervisor ka, imo na dayon i-belittle or i-degrade ang imong employee o staff. Ang example ng ini is imo sila i-verbal harassment, withholding proper support, or assigning unfair workload. That is workplace abuse. However, great visionary leaders are also resolve conflict, which will happen when giving people freedom to innovate. And while they promote innovation, visionary leaders still set boundaries and parameters, keeping people accountable for their action. This makes visionary leadership one of the most effective and positive style for most circumstances. So, it states that a great visionary leaders is bagtik sila mo address ng issue sa workplace, like mga conflict or mga abuse. While encouraging agaw na magkuan ng innovation and tagaan nila ng freedom ang everyone, but they also set boundaries. Dapat na dili tabuko ng iban. Dili dapat sila mang-abuso, dili dapat sila mantapak ng tao. It's because naa sila freedom. And by fostering accountability and setting clear boundaries, visionary leaders not only inspire innovation, but also create a workplace where everyone feels valued, safe, and respected. Thank you.
Good day, sir. I'm Ken Tristan Solmia. My report is democratic. What is democratic? Democratic leaders look to build strong teams through consensus. Consensus is like a general agreement na grupo siya ng mga tao na decide kung uno yung mandayaw para sa ila. And collective knowledge. Teams under a democratic leader often have high levels of commitment due to being involved in the decision-making process. This conclusiveness keeps the morale high. By letting everyone vote on what they think is the best para sa whole group, powers niya ng mga people or mga elected representatives na maghatag ng equality sa tanan para mag-decide kung may madayaw para sa ila community. This leadership style is best used when a strong direction is needed to be in place. And it allows the company to move forward the goals that the whole team can get behind. However, if the consensus can't be reached, it can slow down workflows and cause frustration. Therefore, the democratic leadership style is best used in certain situations. For example, when the leader isn't experienced or uncertain of what his next step should be.
Good day, sir. My name is Julina Elason. The assigned topic to me is coach. The coach leadership style aims to provide one-on-one. When we say one-on-one is amayon siya kung hain mag-share ang isa ka coach o leader o member ng ila knowledge para matabangan ni coach si member na ma-improve ang iya performance o ma-overcome ang issue. Personalized feedback to help employees improve and reach their personal goals. Kung mula kitang personalized feedback is amayon siya ang pag-correct o paghatag ng mga tip sa isa ka tao. So ang isa kuno ka coach is kailangan niya maghatag ng personalized feedback sa iya employees or member para matabangan pag-improve o pag-reach ng goals ang iya isa ka member. Second, the coach, so to speak. So, ang isa kuno ka coach is dapat may katangian ng so to speak. Kay kumulang kita ng so to speak is amoyan siya ang pagkuha ng attention ng imo member gamit ang mga katawanan na expression or mga unusual sa ila. Then, encourage their team members to try things, experiment, and to not be afraid of failure. So, sabotable na sa muna, encourage their team members. So, ang isa kuno ka coach is may katangian na yon hikayat niya ang iya member na mo try ng bag-o para makuan sila get out of their comfort zone, yung dili ko malimited ang ilang knowledge, kung dili ma-broad pa kayod, yung mahamok pa para dili sab sila mahadlok ng failure. Coaching works best when people want to improve their weaknesses and focus on career development. So ang coaching is nag-work ta ini siya sa mga people na gusto gayud ma-improve ang ila weakness kay gilang pa nato kay na mo get out of their comfort zone sila, dili malimited ang ila knowledge, yon gusto sab nila ng career development, yon want to improve kayo their life, dedicated sila ng mabag-o. Third is this style can backfire when people don't want to be coach or the leader is inexperienced. Kung ang isa kuno ka member is dili niya gusto ma-coach or matudloan kay tungod lack of experience ang leader, ini na style or approach is ma-backfire or ma-fail. Then this can simply feel like micromanaging, which will have negative effect. So, kung lang kita micromanaging is amayon ang pag-supervise closely sa imo mga employees or to control. Like, yung imo na ginang-monitor 24/7 ang imo mga employee. Like, kailangan dakan kung i-report kit sa imo gayud yon, strict ko kayud sa ila. Kung controlling na gayud ko, makahatag yon siya ng negative effect sa mga employees kay tungod wala na ila freedom, yung dili na sila ganahan kay too strict dan ila manager.
Good day, sir. I'm the next reporter and my topic is about affiliate leadership style. So affiliate leadership style aim to please people. So this involves frequent praise and feedback and can result in a confident and strong team. So sa affiliate leaders baya, iya i-praise and o kaganya ng feedback ani sa employee which is mag-result ng confidence o strong team. So this is great for organization that are need of a moral boost, team building and improved communication and trust. So badayo ba niya sa isa ka organization kay makatag siya ng moral boost, team building o improved communication and trust pagsalig. And then in an environment where trust is strong and communication is open, ideas are shared easily and innovation is free to occur. So sa isa ka environment kung ang trust kuno is ligon o ang communication is open, so tanan ang mga ideas ma-shared is maka-create ng madayon innovation. So may negative sides sa bayan in affiliate leadership style. So the downside of affiliate leadership style, especially if it is only the style used, is that poor performance can go uncorrected. So masin kung mga poor performance, dili siya makorek, kay which is imo na siya i-praise o katagang feedback, pero dili yung mga gagmay na mali, di mo na siya makorek. So this can spell disaster for the team as they can be misguided. In other circumstances, it could frustrate a team when someone who isn't pulling their weight seemingly goes unnoticed. So lang ko ni kay na, ang kalain sabay na style, leadership style is dili yung mga gagmay na mali, dili mo na makita kay premium sila i-praise o hatagan mo sila ng permanent feedback na okay dayon maski ang performance low hatagan mo gyapon sila madayon na feedback ibali anila mga gagmay na mga sayop dili na siya ma-utro or ma-correct. That's all, sir. Thank you.